Hello Mallards, it is Wednesday, and although I played a rousing game of lasers and feelings, that is not the video you're getting today because editing that 3-hour footage down into what will end up probably being 2 hours takes a lot of time, and I don't want to spend that time tonight. So instead, I'm going to talk about episode 1 of Agatha all along. Yes, I'm way behind. It took me forever to watch it. I've been busy, but I finally caught up. I'm very excited. I'm also thrilled to catch up and not have to avoid the corners of the internet that I've been avoiding because I haven't been caught up on Agatha all along. So I have my little live notes and I'm just going to read them out to you and talk about my feelings about the show. It started off by saying, already the music slaps, which is all I really wanted from an Agatha show, and that's true. Agatha all along was a bop, and WandaVision in general had good music, so I was hoping that there would be good music in this, and thus far, delivering. I also really loved the dynamic between Agatha and the other cop, and just her whole delivery about the bit about being suspended and all of that was so freaking funny. And my favorite line in this episode happens right at the beginning, where Agatha says, "I can't be right and wrong at the same time," and the other guy goes, and her partner says, "Yes, you can." And I thought, wow, that really sums up Agatha in general, and also a great way to open the show. And then I wrote, ooh, black fingers, because we love it when the dead body has signs of holding the dark hold. Also, then they called her Agnes, and I was like, wait a second, her name is Agnes? Okay, I guess that's her Westview personality, Agnes instead of Agatha. Really kind of rude of Wanda to lock her into a whole new name. And then they flipped the body over but didn't show us the face. And I wrote, you're not showing us the face? That's sus. That's very sus. So now I'm curious about what this body is, and I'm pretty sure it'll be important. And then the theme song played, which was awesome, also slapped. I loved the voice, the delivery. I really liked Agnes of Westview. It really called back to the WandaVision different genre sort of things, which I was excited for. And I was like, I don't think that's what the show is going to be, but I'd be happy if it was. So I really enjoyed that. And also, I'm in love with Kathryn Hahn. Like, the way that she plays all versions of Agatha is really fun, and I really enjoyed this Agnes version, the like rough and tumble cop that is in this episode. I liked this character a lot. I would actually watch a whole show that was this. She's got a lot of that cliche, like loner cop energy that I super, super enjoyed. And then they started investigating, and I wrote, wait, that book title totally spells out Darkhold. But it took a while for everybody else to catch up with me. But I was like, wow, that's a ridiculously long book title. There has to be a reason for that. And then I realized that it spelled Darkhold. Also, when you go to the library and the shelves where that book were kept were just like completely burnt and have a hole, and there's also a weird guy talking to you and no one seems to care, sus. Now, there's been a lot of sus things. And obviously, I was ready for her to realize that this was all fake because I knew that that was the curse that Wanda had put on her. But man, it's really fun to walk around in there. And then my next note just says, heck yes, Aubrey Plaza. Which sums up my entire feelings. I was very excited for her. I liked that it was clear from the get-go that she totally knows what's up, and she was just playing along. And I thought that that was an interesting dynamic, and I was suspicious about why she's playing along. Like, is she trying to help Agatha? Doesn't seem like it, because she doesn't really seem particularly nice to her, and she's really needling her a lot, but it was interesting. And then, of course, the necklace that she found with a locket of hair and the Maiden Mother crone, witches. Obviously witches. And it's clear that Agnes knows something is up, but she can't really put her finger on it. her witchy fingers. Although I liked watching as Catherine Hahn started to like realize a little bit more, and she started to do some more mannerisms that were a little more Agatha, especially with the use of the hands, and then this like thing that she does, which just felt very it gave me a little bit of like Wanda messing with your mind from Age of Ultron energy, and so like I really liked this motion that she was doing. And now, of course, she realizes that the book spells Darkhold, and she's starting to put some stuff together. And then she goes home, and I was like, oh, Agnes looks so sad. And I was like, a kid? Why is there a kid? And I'm pretty sure that that kid stuff is actually the name of the guy who she had who was pretending to be Pietro, I think. But honestly, I haven't watched WandaVision in a hot minute, so I can't remember for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is, which is an interesting twist. And kind of a mean thing for Wanda to do, but like, I know what Agatha did to Wanda, so like, I forgive her. And then I wrote, Aubrey's really giving off some gay vibes. Like, I felt some serious gay in the I didn't come here to talk about the case line. I mean, come on. In any other show, actually in any male-female scene, that would absolutely be a pickup line. Like, that is a pickup line, right? I'm not wrong here. She was coming on to her. Like, that's a pickup line. You cannot convince me otherwise. And then a kid comes to steal from her, and I already love this child. I know that he's going to be around forever, and that brings me joy because he's super mouthy, and I adore somebody super mouthy. I really love when she was like, what were you looking for? And he goes, the respect of your peers and a healthy home life, but I didn't find it. Savage. I love him. I love him. I love a witty kid. He's going to be so much fun. And then the song plays again. And just the theme of that song, like coming back every time she's got a little bit of witchiness going on, was really fun. I liked that. And things started to fall apart and crumble. So she was looking at a picture instead of at the interrogation room, and like things started to change and evolve. And I wrote, ooh, so it's an illusion. Like Wanda's cherry blossom grove. Like she's built this whole world illusionary rather than like Westview, which had illusion elements, but like also was just people like moving around the town. This is clearly much more illusionary than that, which I thought was fun. And then she starts trying to figure it out. And then I was like, oh, yes, we're in the morgue. We're going to see the body. And then it's got a library card on it, and it says W. Maximoff. And I was like, oh, man, really hoped we were going to actually see Wanda, but it's clear to me that you're just going to tell us. And then Aubrey Plaza shows up, and she's like, yeah, that's right. But that witch is dead, and all of the copies of the Darkhold went with her. So now you got to figure out who you are. And while I'm still firmly on the Wanda isn't dead train, I'm willing to accept that everybody else thinks that she's dead. And then Agatha starts coming out of Agnes, and she like tears through all of her WandaVision outfits. And that was so cool. Like, what a neat way to have her shed layers and become who she's meant to be. I thought it was super fun. And then she's in her house and realizes where she is, and then she's running around naked, and the guy who I loved her dynamic with, who was her partner in the beginning, turns out he's her neighbor, and their dynamic, equally wonderful. That guy's a highlight. He probably won't be around because they're gonna like go off and do other things, but like, mad props to the neighbor / partner. He's my favorite Westview guy. I've really enjoyed him. And then I was sad because, of course, she had no magic, but she went down the basement and found the bunny. And that brought me joy. And then Just when I thought Aubrey Plaza couldn't get any better and also gayer, she shows up in her full witch form, which is this crazy assassin outfit with like these cutouts on the side. So it's like showing a lot of skin, and she's badass and just awesome and like completely fighting Agatha off and throwing her around with magic, but also physically fighting her and using this knife. And it's clear that there's a lot of history there and we don't know any of it, but I'm really into all of it. And the fight is great. Ugh, it was so good. And then I really liked Agatha's argument being like, when she could tell clearly that she was going to compete, and she was like, you know, this isn't very fun for you, right? It's not fun to beat me when I have no power, when I'm not formidable, when I'm not really worth fighting, when it's just so easy. And Aubrey Plaza was eating it up because this scene is gay. And if you are under the impression that it was not gay, Aubrey Plaza said, well, Agatha says, you have no heart. And Aubrey Plaza says, yes, I do. It's black. And it beats for you. And then she licked her hand, and that was very gay. That was definitely gay. The show is very gay. And then that's how the episode ends. Oh, sorry. The episode ends with her realizing that the kid is still there, which I'm excited for because, as mentioned before, I like the kid. And then the credits roll. And I also really liked the credits. There's a lot of witchy stuff in it and all of these different nods. And of course, the music from start to finish remains nothing but bops. And so I enjoyed that. And I had a great time with this first episode. I'm excited to watch the rest. I know the first two were released at the same time, so I should technically be watching them concurrently, but I'm not because I don't have time. But I did really enjoy the whole dynamic. I like the way that this is staged. I am enjoying this show. It doesn't feel particularly Marvel in the Marvel way, but I think that that is okay because WandaVision also didn't feel particularly Marvel, and I really enjoyed that. So I think it's going to be a good service to the character, and I am looking forward to it. And also, I want more Aubrey Plaza, even though she left after threatening, being like, the Salem 7 are coming, which I guess is scary. Anyway, if you've watched the show, which I'm sure you have, please don't spoil the rest, but let me know your thoughts on episode 1 in the comments, and also let me know how gay you feel it was. If the answer isn't a lot, you're probably wrong, and I will see you tomorrow.